Hi, I'm Jason Gorb for ThatShelf.com, and we're here to talk about Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis, premiering here at the 2024 Cannes International Film Festival.
Big shelf.
So, this film is bonkers. Look, I am one of the few people here, certainly that did my usual shtick of trying to avoid absolutely any information whatsoever about this film. I knew it was a Francis Coppola film. I knew he'd spent $120 million of his own money actually tackling this film. I knew that it had Adam Driver. I think it was the only cast member that I actually knew in it. That was it. And the cast is kind of hilarious. Once Rita Moreno showed up, I'm like, what am I doing here? The film is a mess, but it's mesmerizing. It is a complete freak out. It looks terrible and yet is engaging. The visual effects look like something from an 80s PC game, and yet somehow they completely fit with a sort of weird sci-fi, almost retro futurist sensation. It is wild. Essentially, you have something that's operatic, a classic sort of tale. You have Caesars and Ciceros, and you have all these different characters doing the usual incest thing. You have people like Shia LaBeouf who are acting the shit out of in this big, broad way. Adam Driver doing his thing. You have notions of time and the craving of being able to stop time, something that, as eloquently put by my friend and colleague Thomas Schulze, is something that an 85-year-old filmmaker, that's the most precious thing for him in the world, is of course time. The film delves into all of that. It does so in a way which is completely not even giving a damn about general audience concerns, especially in today's contemporary market, but also doing so in a way that just feels liberating. The closest I can come to in terms of a feeling of just this kind of zaniness is something like Babylon, which I think people either love or hate. But Babylon still had studio control. Somebody was giving notes that he was listening to. This is truly the work of a guy who had enough money when he sold his winery for, again, $120 million to shoot for a film that's been in production on and off. The idea, I think, started in '77 and production originally started in 1983. Okay, let's put all of that in perspective. You have a filmmaker that's had highs and lows, who most famously, so many of his films, he was almost fired from Godfather. He went to Apocalypse Now and doubled the length of time he was actually shooting. The most beautiful documentary of the making of that, Hearts of Darkness, that basically articulates, do not use your own money to make your movie, and yet he goes ahead and does so, and then obviously makes a masterpiece. A Palme d'Or winner here at Cannes. And now here he is back with a filming competition at the Cannes Film Festival that had people booing. But it also had people experiencing something that, frankly, they're not going to ever forget. It is one of those movies, a wild, crazy, crazy ride. And something that happened, I'm going to articulate it, because I don't know that it'll ever happen again. But we're there, I'm sitting front row as I always do at the Debussy. And hour something into the film, I'm front row, so it's the stage in front of me and then the screen. And I see this light, I'm like, somebody with a flashlight, I'm getting irritated. I'm thinking someone's turned on their phone. And somebody's on stage with a mic stand. I'm like, oh, is there gonna be some sort of weird Q&A? Is the film over? What the hell's going on? No, a guy stands up on stage and a small little square of Adam Driver's character is doing like a press conference or some sort of engagement. And the guy on the stage asks the question through the mic, and then Adam Driver's character responds. We're like, what the hell is going on? And it gave a lift to the film. It basically said, look, we're having some fun here. All the stuff that seemed almost camp. Deliberate? Sure. Is it that they are purposely being in this sort of giant, broad sort of way? Yeah, I guess so. Is it on purpose that the effects are supposed to look a little bit chintzy, that the news is that it was $120 million and it looks like it was made by somebody in their basement 25 years ago? Maybe. Who knows? Megalopolis is a film that asks more questions than it answers. The question of why seems obvious in terms of an answer, because Coppola wanted to, and every moment of it, every frame, every millisecond that I was there in the audience thinking, what the hell am I experiencing? I never forgot that this is done by somebody who loves cinema and wanted this to be his expression, perhaps his final expression. There's no way this will be the film that defines Francis Coppola. There is no way this will be a film that maybe I ever watch again. But in terms of an experience, in terms of seeing something, in terms of doing something at this festival that is incredibly memorable, that's daring and audacious, to use the term that they used when they awarded Crash its award after Coppola allegedly, reportedly hated the film so much and the jury kind of rebelled. Whether that story is true or not, we have with Megalopolis something that's mega fascinating. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't even know. But it certainly was. And I love that it was. For thatshelf.com, I'm Jason Gorber. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, follow us on social media. We will see you next video. All the best. Take care.
That shelf.